In the heart of England's rolling countryside, there was a quaint little village called Brambleton. Life here was simple, yet magical. Every morning, the villagers would wake to the songs of birds and the gentle hum of bees buzzing among wildflowers. At the edge of the village lay a vast forest, ancient and mysterious, where secrets whispered through the leaves. Among these trees stood Old Willow, an enormous willow tree so old that its branches touched the ground like nature's own curtains. For centuries, Old Willow had been the guardian of the forest, watching over the animals and plants that lived there. It was said that if you sat beneath its shade and listened closely, you could hear stories from long ago, tales of heroes, adventures, and even hidden treasures buried deep within the earth. One sunny morning, a curious girl named Lily decided she wanted to meet Old Willow herself. Lily was no older than 10, with eyes as blue as the summer sky and a heart full of wonder. She loved exploring the woods and dreaming up adventures, but today she felt something special calling her toward the great willow tree. As she approached, the air seemed to shimmer around her, and the leaves rustled softly, even though there was no wind. "Hello," Lily called out timidly, her voice barely above a whisper. A deep melodic voice answered her, seeming to come from all directions at once. "Ah, a visitor. Welcome, child," Lily gasped, spinning around to see if anyone else was nearby. But the forest was silent, except for the sound of the wind weaving through the branches. "Is that you, Old Willow?" she asked, her voice trembling with excitement. "Indeed it is," replied the tree. Its voice was warm and kind, like the first rays of sunlight breaking through the clouds. "What brings you here today, young one?" "I've heard so many stories about you," said Lily, stepping closer. "They say you know everything. Is that true?" Old Willow chuckled, a sound like distant thunder rolling through the hills. "I do not know everything, dear one, but I have seen much and learned much over my long years. What would you like to ask me?" Lily thought hard. Finally, she asked, "Do you think magic still exists in the world?" For a moment, the forest grew perfectly still. Not a leaf stirred, not a bird sang. Then Old Willow spoke again, his voice softer this time. "Magic does exist, but it is not always what people expect. Magic lives in kindness, in friendship, and in the care we give to each other and to the earth. Tell me, Lily, do you believe in magic?" Lily nodded eagerly. "Yes, I do." Old Willow smiled, though Lily couldn't see it. Instead, she noticed something extraordinary happening. From the tips of the willow's branches, tiny, glowing lights began to appear. Fireflies, drawn by the warmth of Lily's belief. They danced around her head, lighting up the clearing like stars fallen from the heavens. "See," whispered Old Willow, "magic is everywhere if you know where to look." Overjoyed, Lily clapped her hands, laughing as the fireflies twirled around her. She reached out to touch one, but it darted away playfully, leaving a trail of sparkling light behind it. "But Old Willow," Lily said after a moment, her expression turning serious, "the villagers are talking about cutting down part of the forest to build new houses. If they do, some of your friends might lose their homes." There was a heavy pause before Old Willow responded. His voice carried a note of sadness, yet also wisdom. "Change comes to us all, Lily. Forests grow and shrink, villages expand and contract, but perhaps, if the people of Brambleton can learn to live in harmony with the forest, both humans and nature will thrive together. Will you help them understand this, little one?" Lily promised she would. That very afternoon, she went back to the village and shared everything Old Willow had taught her. She gathered the villagers in the town square, her golden curls catching the sunlight as she spoke passionately about the importance of protecting the forest. The forest isn't just a place for trees and animals, she explained. It's a home, a treasure, and a teacher. Without it, we lose more than just land. We lose the magic that makes our world beautiful. Inspired by her words, the villagers came up with a plan to expand their homes without harming the trees or disturbing the animals. They worked together to design buildings that blended seamlessly into the landscape using sustainable materials and leaving enough space for the forest to breathe. From that day on, Brambleton became a place where humans and nature lived side by side, respecting one another. The forest flourished, and Old Willow continued to watch over it, his whispers carrying wisdom far beyond the years anyone could count. And whenever someone needed guidance or comfort, they visited Old Willow, whose presence reminded them of the beauty and balance found in harmony. So remember, dear viewer, whether you're wandering through enchanted woods or simply walking in your own backyard, keep your heart open to the magic of the world and listen carefully, for sometimes the greatest lessons come from the quietest voices. And who knows, maybe one day you'll hear Old Willow's whispers too. Magic is everywhere if you know where to look. Old Willow.